Good day everyone. Welcome to Teacher Julie channel. Hello everyone. We have our new lesson in MAPEH 8, which is all about the factors affecting one's attitude and practices related to sexuality and sexual behaviors. This will be the first quarter topic and week 2. This topic is milk-based. For the most essential learning competencies, after going through this lesson, you are expected to analyze the factors that affect one's attitude and practices related to sexuality and sexual behaviors. Identify the factors that affect one's attitude and practices related to sexuality and sexual behaviors. Differentiate the influential factors that affects one's attitude and practices related to sexuality and sexual behaviors. Your sexuality is naturally driven within yourself from birth, but there are factors that affects your points of view and practices in relation to your sexual manners. In this section, we will help you understand the idea about the different aspects that affect one's attitude and practices related to sexuality and sexual behaviors. The following are the factors that affect one's attitude and practices related to sexuality and sexual behaviors. The first one is the family. So it is a factor that oftentimes determines your family values. So family, especially the parents, are usually the first mentors of your sexual identity. They teach you about love, kindness, and humility. Family's relationship lays the foundation of your personality, life options, and total behavior. It can also affect the strength of your social, physical, mental, and emotional health. Making a strong connection within your family is significant in nurturing yourself. Values and expectations are just two ways that family could influence your attitude and sexual behaviors. A family with defined values is able to withstand against other people's contrasting principles. You see how your parents interact with each other, make choices, and determine right and wrong to develop moral self in the family. However, when you have a weak or broken family, you may be astray and feel difficult in making right decisions and correct actions. In some families, setting expectation towards their children provide high regard of being successful and or depression depending on how you manage and understand the set standards. Another factor that affect one's attitude and practices related to sexuality and sexual behaviors is the culture. Cultural background can affect your values regarding sexuality. Sexual identities and orientations, the contents of sexual behavior, and the social consequences of these behaviors vary largely across cultural contexts. Cultures all over the world recognize standards for individuals to match your sex rule, prescription, and feel psychologically well adjusted. Culture looks at the entirety of any given society's belief organization, laws, costumes, practices, language, and attitudinal variables which makes people distinctive from others. What happened when you are conditioned in the ways of a specific culture? You start acting and behaving in ways that you are suitable for such a culture. Your dress sense, grooming, language, belief system, and attitude become shaped to suit into the society, which causes you to become accepted by them. Just like, for example, some ladies like wearing tiny shorts are normal, while in others it is forbidden because of their family and religious beliefs. Some places allow males and females to mingle freely in public places, but others do not. This has a great impact on how you adopt the certain culture in your own community where you belong. Another factor that affect one's attitude and practices related to sexual and sexuality behavior is the peers. Like your family, your friends can also have an important impact on your views on human sexuality. Peers are the one of important sources of knowledge about sexuality, but they are not the most effective and efficient sources. As an adolescent, you may begin to spend more time with your peers, friends, and classmates in your age group. As a result, their values and beliefs may influence you. Choosing your peers are important because they influence you every day. During adolescence, this influence can be mainly tough as you spend more time away from home and you become more conscious at different values and morals like beliefs and about right and wrong. You feel the belongingness within your peers when you actually do the same thing what they're doing. You feel belong and accepted part of society by exposure to other people, their behavior and values. This socialization is an important part of growing up. Another factor that affect one's attitude and practices related to sexuality and sexual behaviors is the media. Media plays a significant role in your lives as you regularly watch televisions, listen to radio, search the internet, read the newspaper, and etc. Television magazines are the main educational sources of youth's sexual relationships. Media plays a big role in shaping our sexuality because of how they portray figures of females and males in music videos, magazines, commercials, television, and many more. They create exaggerated standards which influence how you think in yourself. For question number one, which of the following is a key factor in shaping one's sexual values and behavior? A. Biological factors. B. Family upbringing and cultural norms. C. Peers influences and social media. Or D. All of the above. The answer is letter D. For question number two, religiosity and sexuality can impact sexual attitudes and behaviors through A. Teaching about sexual morality and accepted practices. B. Shaping one's sense of self and relationship to the divine. C. Influencing feelings of guilt, shame, or liberation. Or D. All of the above. The answer is letter D. For question number three, trauma, abuse, or other adverse life experiences can negatively influence one's A. Feelings of bodily autonomy and consent. B. Capacity for healthy, intimate relationship. C. Attitudes about the acceptability of certain sexual acts. Or D. All of the above. The answer is letter D. For question number four, socioeconomic status and access to education can impact sexual health and decision making through A. Differences in sex education and health resources. B. Variations in cultural and religious influences. C. Ability to access contraception and sexual health care. Or D. All of the above. The answer is letter C. For question number 5, which of the following is an example of how media and technology can shape sexual norms? A. Exposure to diverse LGBTQ plus representation in TV shows. B. Availability of online pornography and sexual content. C. Pressure to share intimate photos or videos digitally. Or D. All of the above. The answer is letter B.